Hello, everyone. I'm Nathaniel Freeman, and this is Freeman's Money. And today, we are going to be talking about how you can renovate your house, pay off your debt, send your kids to school, start investing, increase your amount of investing a month, or maybe go on a vacation once the pandemic is over. And that is with a mortgage refinance. Now, me being a mortgage agent in London, Ontario, I know a lot about mortgages and I can help a lot of you guys out. But for those of you who are maybe in a different country, maybe all the way out in Vancouver, or maybe all the way out in PEI, anywhere in Canada, this is for you guys. Anywhere else in the country or planet, you guys are free to watch, but it might be a little bit different in your countries because I don't follow the international mortgage kind of news. I just follow Canada's. But if you're anywhere in Ontario, this video is for you guys. And so let's get into it. How can you pay off your debt, your renovation costs, send your kids to school, all that stuff with a mortgage? The easiest way to do that is with a mortgage refinance. Now that's just a simple changing your mortgage with who you are now, changing it to a different mortgage, maybe with the same lender, maybe with a different lender. We're not talking about turning your mortgage into a line of credit here. We're just talking about you had one mortgage A, you have mortgage 2 on B. Not two different mortgages, but you know what I'm saying. We're just changing your mortgage over. And the reason why this is such a great opportunity for you guys who are considering refinancing or who want to pull out some excess cash that you have in your equity, right now is an excellent opportunity because property values have skyrocketed while interest rates have gone to the lowest we've seen in a very long time. So, let's dive into it. Let's go with an example. We'll always use me as the example because, as you guys know, when I'm talking about something, it's either something I know a lot about or something I'm considering doing. This happens to be one of those opportunities, or it's both. So, this house I bought last year for $225,000. I got a mortgage for $208,000. At this point, it's paid down to about $204,000, $203,000 maybe. Not exactly sure, but the property value of my house has gone up significantly. So at the beginning, when I only had 10% down, I had 10% of the equity in my house. Now that it is worth 291 according to the online analyzation tools, my real estate people that I talk to frequently tell me I can pay or sell it for 325. So an appraisal should come in between those areas, maybe close to 291. We'll see. But I paid it down $4,000, and now instead of having 10% equity, I have what's that? Probably around 30% equity, just because the amount of the property value has just skyrocketed. So if I refinance, I can pull up to 80% of my mortgage, which means I can pull out roughly about 30,000, a little bit more than that. And I can pull out that equity. With doing that, since I had a higher interest rate than I would with this new mortgage, my payments are actually going to go down by $50 a month. So let me just say that in a nice little bubble, nice and clear. I am pulling out over $30,000 in cash, and my mortgage payments are going down by $50 a month. I work with other mortgage agents. My one friend has a client who they are paying off $20,000 of debt, pulling out $100,000 off of his equity, and his payments are going down by roughly $100 a month. Think about that. Pulling out $100,000 cash, paying off the debts you have, and your mortgage payment goes down. That seems like a great idea. That seems like a great idea for most people. It depends on your situation, but talking to a mortgage agent, figuring out what your options are, figuring out what you can do, it's all free. We're here to help you. We're here to give you knowledge. We're here to help you make the best financial decisions. Now, if you're considering refinancing, if you like the way that sounds, there are a few things that I want to give you as tips for when you're looking to refinance. First tip number one, find out your fees to pull out of your current mortgage. You'll do this with the mortgage agent too, but those fees, that could stop a lot of people. Because like for me, it's only about $6,000 for me to pull out of my current mortgage. For some people, it could be higher than $30,000 to do that. So one thing to keep in mind when refinancing is, what are your current fees? Two, you want to think about the amortization period that you have on your mortgage. By extending the amortization period, you can usually pull out more capital, but that means you're going to be paying off your house for longer. So that is something to consider as well. Another thing to do is, when you're looking into the mortgage application, rate. I know a lot of people worry about rate. What's the best rate? That's the question I get asked all the time. But rate is not the most important thing. It's in the top tier. People could argue that it is the most important thing, but I would say the penalties for getting out of a mortgage would be as equivalent as that, because people who get 5-year terms usually break them on the third year. Now that's just happens to be the average. That's what most people seem to be doing. So if you're one of those people, if you're looking at your house and being like, yeah, it's a bit of a fixer upper, but I'll get the mortgage and then I'll wait a little bit and I'll fix it up later on, that's awesome, fantastic. I'm glad you got the house. But consider that when you're getting your mortgage, because if you're going to be wanting to break and pull out some equity 3 years into your mortgage, 2 years into your mortgage, 1 year into your mortgage like I am, you got to consider what your fees will be, because you wouldn't want to do it if you were going to pull out $30,000 worth of cash, but you have to pay $40,000 to do it. Doesn't make any sense. But if you know that's in your plan, you know that's something you want to do, that might be something you're considering in the future. Maybe your kids are like 16 and you're like, well, college is coming up, so maybe I want to pull out some equity. You can always ask your mortgage broker, try to find a different lender that has lower fees. We can go over fees in a different video on how they're calculated, but that is definitely a pro tip for you guys. Keep that in mind when you're looking to refinance your mortgage. Anyways, we'll wrap it up there. If you guys are thinking about paying off debt, maybe paying off some school loans, renovating your house, sending your kids to college, refinancing your mortgage is an excellent opportunity for you to pull out that excess equity and use it how you please. If you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next week.